Welcome back, guys. There's a cool IBC ad there with some crazy action from all parts of the world where the IBC tour goes. Morocco, Brazil, Chile, now in Australia. It's great to see it back here on home turf.
Canary Islands? Are we doing Canary Islands
Yep.
this year? Oh, that's my favourite event. As I tell everyone, I've got a massive TV at home. It's like a movie cinema, and my wife is like, what is going on in the lounge room? Because she'll hear me out there going, yes, yes, just yelling at the TV, getting so hyped, especially for the Fronton event. It's one of my favourite waves to watch up there. Have you been to one of the Frontons?
Yeah, I competed in it maybe, I think it was 2023, and
I
man,
think I
that place
remember
was
seeing
unreal.
you, actually, yeah. How did you go in that event?
Oh, I think I got knocked in round 3 or something.
That's pretty good.
Got through a few, and an amazing wave, and such a cool part of the world. I'd love to go back and spend some more time there. But in the water, we've got Kai Sorge in red, Tom Marshall in yellow, Benji Taviani in blue, and Hardy Fletcher in white. Up and right.
Hardy Fletcher, look at him. This guy's a super grom as well. Knee-high to a grasshopper, but definitely one to watch out for. This guy has been doing backflips and flips and reverses. Look at this set. We've got a split peak, rider in blue and rider in red. Oh, can he come through? Rider in blue still running down the line and just comes out through the doggy door. That was some decent size in that one. Rider in yellow's having a look at this one.
Yeah, set's not over. Rider in yellow managing to find a section there coming down
Tom
with
Marshall.
the lip. Tommy Marshall not able to come through that. Bit of action, and yeah, good to see some of these multiple wave sets pulsing through, just keeping us on our toes.
Absolutely. Now, we had Hardy Fletcher and Kai Sarge and Tom Marshall, all these competitors, but I definitely remember Kai and Hardy from last year. I had Hardy. He spent more time in the commentary tent than I did. The guy was just winning. He's definitely one to watch as well. He's such a mini grom, still a very, very small young man, but just competing on an amazing level and at completing all the most complicated manoeuvres, and he's definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, that's it. I first heard of Hardy. Oh, hang on, I'll run us through this replay of Hardy, the man himself. Nice roll, first wave there. Got a 4.17 for this. You can start to see the scores dropping. Let's look at this split peak. So we have Kai not able to make that barrel, but on the left there, Benji Taviani getting a 5.5. So he's got the best wave so far on that left roll.
Benji, do you know, is he familiar to you? Is he from down your way, down New South Wales? Or?
I'm not too sure. I'm going to go grab all the rider data in a second after this heat, and we'll be able to get a bit more information for everyone about Benji, but clearly no stranger to a left roll.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely keep your eye out if you're watching this event at home. Remember these names, because these guys are the future and the next generation of bodyboarding, and these will be the next guys that we may even see in the Shark Island Challenge in a few years to come, maybe sooner rather than later. By the look of some of them out there already, they're surfing so strong already.
Yeah, that's it. And with all these strong grassroots events, it's just giving them that essential competition experience.
Look at this peak. Look at this peak. Blues up on the left and yellow on the right. Oh, both of them with a nice roll. Blues, one was running down the right line, and yellow as well.
Yeah, wow, some serious action, and it feels like we're starting to see the swell pulse a bit. I haven't seen sets this big all morning, and really, really fun out there. Look at, we got Red taking a look at this. I think this right could shape up for him.
Definitely, nice bit of shape on this. Only a smaller one.
Kai Sorge going for the roll. Nice projection there, and it's looking like he's going to get a combination. Kai landing those two rolls cleanly. You could tell by his face that he was stoked with that. That'll be his first scoring wave. And yeah, some really, really good action here as this swell's pulsing. We've just got Cooper Stewart joining us here in the booth, winner of the last heat. Cooper, how you going, mate? How you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty fun waves out there, so yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Even getting a bit creative with that reverse bash. That was nice.
Yeah.
I was just saying how challenging those manoeuvres are, and you definitely did it justice and won the heat, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, I was just trying to do something different from like the past two waves.
Absolutely, yeah. And the first wave we've seen, you've done like a 3-wave combo, which definitely worked in your favour. Now, how have you been lately, mate? Have you been practicing a bit up on the sunny coast, or you've been travelling around a bit, scoring some waves?
Yeah, there's been heaps of fun waves up at Sunny Coast the past few months. So
Yeah.
I've just been surfing a lot there, and like going down the port for the teams challenge and stuff. That was fun. Got some good waves.
Absolutely.
Here's Cooper with us here in the booth. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Cooper Stewart, definitely one to watch out for. Now, I noticed that you had the pleasure of having a surfer meeting Mike Stewart, the other Stewart. Is he your brother from another mother?
No, I wish.
Mike Stewart was up on the sunny coast with the boys from Lids Bodyboarding as well last weekend or the weekend before. I was stoked to see him up there. That was pretty cool. Bit of a privilege to meet him.
Yeah, it was so random. We were just out surfing the local, and then one of the boys said, "Oh, Mike Stewart's on the beach." And we're like, "Nah," he's like, "Shut up." And then he ended up paddling out, and we're like, "What the hell?" Like, so.
How did he go? Did he score some waves, or it's only a smaller day, was it?
Yeah, it was a pretty rough day, to be honest. He got like a couple good ones, but there wasn't much to like get, to be honest.
That's pretty cool that he knew where to go. You know, obviously he knows a few riders, and he met up with Jake Stone, another pro bodyboarder from the Sunshine Coast on that day, and I've seen he done a podcast with him. But what a privilege to meet the GOAT himself up on the sunny coast. Now, can you tell us what sort of boards you're riding? Are you still riding the same board since last year?
Yeah, I've just been sticking with the Liam Lucas Pride model.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
I really like it. I've tried out a few other boards, but no one seems to be the best.
Yeah, it's a Pride bodyboards. They're working well for you. And you can tell with your riding, definitely working in your favour out there. But congratulations on Heat 2, Round 1 of the Rising Series, the IBC Rising Series here at the Gold Coast. Cooper Stewart, Heat winner for Heat 2. Congratulations, mate. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Any shout-outs for people back home?
Yeah, just lids on Instagram.
Sweet. Thanks,
Shout out
Coop.
to Lids. Check them out on Instagram, guys. Thanks, Cooper.
Yeah, that was Cooper Stewart. Really strong performance from the man from the Sunshine Coast there. Not much action whilst we had that little interview, but it looks like a nice-looking set is just pulsing through now.
Nice little A-frame coming through.
Hardy Fletcher taking off. Let's see what he does here. Setting a really nice high line there. Speed check. Thinks about doing a forward. Waits a bit, then throws it, and you see just readjusting the line there. Some really mature bodyboarding from the young man, Hardy Fletcher. Getting a roll out at the end there. That'll be a good backup for him. Using that first priority after being patient is a replay.
Hardy. What's he running? The Vipers. Look at him. Look how small this guy is. Such a talented young man at a young age. Definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, speaking of Hardy, he first popped up on my radar. I saw him maybe at 10, 11 years old, just throwing backflips out of Aussie pipe. And I was thinking, wow, who's this kid this young, getting his flips down already? And ever since then, he's started to be more and more present in the competition scene and been doing really well, getting himself some good results. And with a name like Hardy, you can't not remind you of Ryan Hardy, and it's kind of a bodyboarding name, it seems. And so it's going to be really cool to watch Hardy Fletcher as he grows in his career. I'm not sure how old he is, because this is under 18s or under 19s at the moment, and he can't be more than 14, 15 years old. So
that's right, yeah. You look how small he is. He's still knee-high to a grasshopper and competing on such an amazing level. Currently in second position, the rider, Hardy Fletcher. Now, out in front is Benji Taviani, there we go, in priority one. Hardy Fletcher in second with a 8.07. Needs a 6.51 to progress into first position. In rider in yellow, Tom Marshall, currently in priority two with a 5.87 total score. Only needs a 3.51 to progress into the next round. He still have it's a non-elimination tongue twister round. Here we go, rider in red, Kai.
Looking for a...
he had a good section there.
Yeah, he's trying to back up that 1.33 and risking an ARS, not managing to turn it around. So Kai with a nice little roll combination before getting him a 4.1, but he's really looking to improve his situation. Only looking for a 3.98 if he does want to get into that qualifying position. And yeah, look at this replay here.
That's right. He only needs a 3.98 to progress. Here we go, rider in blue out the back with a nice ramp on this one. Looking for something, early roll, nice clean transition there. Bottom turn into a roll and landing very cleanly in the flats with Benji. Hopefully that will secure his position out in front at the moment. Well done to Benji. Here he is. Look at him.
Yeah, choosing to go for that first section instead of all the way to the end bowl, and it worked out well for him there, getting a roll. Looking to better that 5.17. Let's see if he can make his lead even greater, as we're seeing some really nice looking waves for bodyboarding starting to pulse into what's the name of the bank they're sitting on? Does it have a name?
Just middle bank, and at the northern end here is Lovers, and you get a left-hander off Lovers. Sometime through the day, people may move up there depending on how the tide affects the banks. But you can see with Benji's last wave, sometimes it is a safer option to get that manoeuvre out while you've got the wave running, because it sort of steps in front and it's really hard. Like, that's what's saying, it was so challenging for Cooper to do that reverse. Just the angle and the wrap of it, it's almost like two separate waves. You've got to really get in front of it and fully use your strength to push around and keep onto the wave. And sometimes it is safer to do a manoeuvre on that first initial ramp of the wave rather than riding it to the closeout. If it was a little bit bigger, by all means, it's definitely ramp city here. You can get that speed and just wait for that end section and boost off the end. On days like today, it might be a safer bet to get that manoeuvre out while you can, while the wave's still got a bit of power behind it.
Yeah, exactly. So that was some really smart surfing there from the man in blue. Jumping back into priority 4 now, but still holding that lead as we're ticking down to 8.5 minutes. Tom Marshall only needing a 3.5 if he wants to get into that qualifying position, and he's got that first priority, so we wonder what's going through his head at the moment.
Sitting out there waiting patiently. There's not many sets coming through. Still with 8 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this heat, anything can happen. There is a bit of a set coming through the northern end of the beach, and the riders are starting to paddle across for it. Now, Hardy's looking at this one. Tom has priority. They've let that one go. Didn't quite hit the bank.
Yeah, it's nice to see. I feel like today's so far predominantly right. And just off camera, we're frothing out on a little slab running through Lovers there, spitting its guts out.
One of the young grommets is out there warming up, having a free surf, and he just free fell into a throaty one, and then it just unfortunately didn't make the landing, but it just spat out the end. It was beautiful to watch. When we had the state titles 4 weeks ago, that's how Liam O'Toole won on the day, sitting at Lovers. He was just, I was yelling down the microphone. It was amazing to watch. This guy surfs this place so well, being a local from the Gold Coast, and he got some pearlers through Lovers Rocks. The left-handers just slabbing through there with big spits out the end. Such a strong competitor, and it shows with making it through to the final days of the Shark Island, the main event with Liam O'Toole.
Yeah, it's surfing really well. One of the local legends here from Jurumba, Liam O'Toole, you can see he's got some sections back in Visions and some real classic bodyboard movies where he's just ripping some of the rights and lefts apart.
100%.
Boys getting a little bit toey here, looking at some of these smaller waves. No one managing to get one of them, probably not with that much scoring potential on them anyway, compared to some of the sets we saw at the start of this heat. But yeah, they're all, you can tell they're all on edge out there looking to improve their situations.
Definitely had a good start to the heat with waves, and it's luck of the draw. You know, everybody's got to compete in the same conditions out there. So if the waves don't come, the waves don't come. Some heats will definitely score higher than others. We may have a bit of a pulse and swell, and it'll also depend on the tides. But here we go, rider in red. Kai, look at that one. Nice clean roll. Very well selected wave there. Not a massive wave, but he done well to pick that one off in this little bit of a lull through the middle of the heat.
Yeah, you can see him just pick it off. At first it looked a bit straight, but he manages to find that section, and I love the timing with that roll. He just hits it perfectly. Only looking for a 3.98. Kai saw it, so we'll see what the judges have to say about that roll, whether they thought it deserved the points he needs, because that could jump him up into second place. Really close heat, this one.
There we go. That was enough with a total score of 9. Kai, he only needed that low score of 3.98, and that was enough with a score of 4.9 and a 4.1, total score of 9, putting Kai into second. And he's also up there with the winner of the first heat, Chase Thompson, in Team Mullet. You can see he's repping the blonde mullet out there as well, Kai. Those guys, where are those guys from? Port Macquarie as well, were they?
Not exactly sure, but I'll get my sheet up very soon, and we'll be able to have all the information for you guys. But yeah, we had a little presentation, kind of an opening dinner night at Currumbin RSL last night. Had some really nice pizza and got to meet a bunch of the Groms. And yeah, it was some bit of funny chat going on about the mullet and who invented the mullet and whose mullet was the best, because there's definitely a lot of glorious looking mullets getting around here amongst the Groms.
Rider in blue. Rider in red had a look at that one, but left it for the rider in blue. Nice spin, another spin, just pulling it round, and a roll. Benji out in front with a three-wave combo. Unfortunately, not sticking that last manoeuvre, and I'm not sure if that will be better than his first two high-scoring waves, but still a three-wave combo, just unfortunately not completing that final roll. We've got some action coming out the back. We can see a bit of activity with the swell pushing through. Here's a quick replay.
Yeah, we'll cut to the live action as Kai had a look, deciding not to go, and we'll probably stick with the live camera as it does look like a set's running through. We've got Yellow in a beautiful position. Tommy Marshall, deciding not to go. The wave kind of not giving him the bowl that he wanted, but let's see how the rest of this set pans out. It could have a little left here as Hardy paddling across. Let's see what he does here.
Just over 4 minutes remaining. Hardy, Fletcher, Ryder and White running down the line on this left-hander, looking for a section, boosting through the lip. And just getting stuck in that one, unfortunately. Not quite pulling it through. Hardy Fletcher, unlucky, was out in the lead at the start of the heat. Still 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. He's going to need a 4.84 to progress, and he's running out of time. It's going to be a bit of a battle out there in this last few minutes of the heat. Hopefully the waves come through for the riders out there.
That's it. Looks like a little right, and we have Kai Sorge having another look. He's really loving sitting deeper on those rights, and his tactic is working out well for him, just setting up a wave here, waiting for that end section, and generating some speed with another really nicely timed hit of the lip there, trying to nail
Ryder in blue running down the line out the back. Well done to Kai on the last wave. What's he looking for? Just a little reverse off the top. A little bit hung up, but completed nonetheless, and a roll off the end. So I'm not sure if there was 3 or 2. Couldn't quite see past the camera there. But a multiple combination wave.
Yeah, I think it was just the spin of the roll. We'll catch a replay in a second, but nice surfing there.
Now, just remember these guys, we've been talking very highly of Hardy. This is a non-elimination.
These words getting you today.
Too much coffee this morning. Non-elimination round. There we go. 5th time lucky for Hardy and Tom. So they'll still get another shot to make it through to the finals, running today and tomorrow for the City of Gold Coast Future Pros.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And if you guys are just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're at Durambar here on the border of New South Wales and Queensland, and it's going to be a great day of bodyboarding here at the IBC Future Pros Rising Series. We're just in Heat 3 of the juniors and, non-elimination round, as you were saying. And I got cut off by some action before, but what I was going to say is this Rising Series, a new innovation from the IBC, just makes competing on the World Tour for the juniors way more accessible. And basically how it works is if you get a good result at one of these, you can qualify to 48 positions that will be the finals of the Rising Series over in Fronton. And so it basically just allows the kids from wherever they are in the world to get that first comp in and to see if they're going to be able to qualify for the finals over in Fronton, which will happen later in the year in October.
Ryder in blue up and riding. Benji out in front, looking for something there. Didn't really offer him much, going for a little spin at the end. So you're saying there's 48 positions for the juniors, is that correct?
Exactly, 48 positions over in Fronton. And so, say, for example, last week there was a junior Rising Series event over in Chile, in Iquique. And so the riders who get enough points at that will have the opportunity to then go and compete in the finals in Fronton. So the way it goes for crowning the junior world champion is that their best result in wherever it may be. Hang on, I'll just run us through this replay whilst it's on the screen. Sorry, guys. And back to what I was saying, their best result from wherever it may be, Chile, Morocco, here in Australia, and then they can use those points and their winner has to be crowned in Fronton. So if they get enough points and are able to get over to Fronton, that's where they can go and fight it out for the junior world champion title.
Ryder in yellow looking at this one. Little roll off the end. So obviously if they win the event, they're going to have a stronger position with more points. And if they're going in multiple events and getting a podium finish, it's going to look better as well. So here's our replay brought to you by Sunzapper.
Benji Taviani, again, keeping super busy this heat. And
there we go. That's the end of the heat, guys.
Benji Taviani taking it out. Kai Sorge also passing through this non-elimination round. They'll be going